passwords have way more things that you can change, right? So what benchmarking 1 is a problem-solving plan. Okay? What you see here, anyone recognize this? Anyone recognize this?
Yeah.
The rubric. Anyone remember where this rubric came from? Wait out. This is our analysis rubric. The one that we use for a big benchmark analysis. It's the college-ready one. This is the problem-solving part of it. Okay, that's what we're working on, solving a problem. What does it mean to analyze all given constraints? How is that? What does that mean for this problem? I mean, how many passwords are possible? How many different passwords can someone have? Theoretically. Yeah. All I'd have to do, like if I got to the very last password, all I'd have to do to get another password is add another letter or another symbol or another number. So there's
still a limit.
Number of passwords. Right. We cannot physically or possibly analyze every single password. It's not possible.
It's possible. It'll just take like a millennium.
It's
Not literally.
There is no end to the number of passwords, so you can never.
Yeah, like in the English language. Are we talking about all languages?
We're talking about so even in English language. If I said your password could be any number, just like this. All you have to do is add another digit, and we open up all of them. If I told you your password.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we could like make more digits and stuff.
Keep adding a number 1, and we still
Right.
have a new password, right? So there are certain things that we can do. What can we do to make this possible to analyze, or what are we going to have to do to be able to analyze password safely?
Potato.
Okay, what's an example of a constraint that you might put on?
Analyze that potato.
Yeah. And how many of you, like, you go to a website and sometimes you get that prompt that says your password must be between 6 and 12 characters, and must be one letter and one number. Those are the types of constraints that you're going to have to think about. Now, I want to talk a little bit about grouping here. This is an individual. Up until we get to the final product, it'll be a primarily individual in terms of project work that you're going to turn in. Okay. Once you pass the big written analysis that you guys have written that you needed to do, once you show me that you have a good understanding of analyzing passwords, you'll be able to choose your group with anyone else who's done that. Okay. So that's kind of your ticket to the PSA. You have to show me you've analyzed passwords. Like, show me, essentially what we just talked about, but showing me some data over a series. So say, for example, these 3 guys want to work together. They have the opportunity to restrict their domains right now. So say maybe Andrew says he's going to analyze passwords that are between 6 characters long and 10 characters long. And Lowen's going to say, rather than saying the same thing and working together, because if all 3 of them do that same domain, they've only analyzed passwords that are between 6 and 10 characters long. But if Lowen goes between 8 and 12, and Dylan goes between 10 and 14, now they have a collection of data that's between 6 and 14 characters long. And that's pretty impressive. With some overlap, so they can still work together and work collaboratively, but now they have a bigger overall domain. Something to think about. Okay, we just talked about a model that could potentially simplify our work. We don't have a full understanding of it yet. But it's something to think about. And the big part is this. How do you consistently measure or monitor for reasonableness? What does that mean? How do you consistently monitor for reasonableness? So it selects appropriate problem-solving strategies and consistently monitors for reasonableness. Remember, take a guess.
It just make sure that all the passwords are like finding out if possible that actually someone would actually use them.
That could be one way to monitor for reasonableness. One other way would be, remember when I said that, or when I asked this group back here, why they didn't add 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10? And they kind of said, well, because it's stupid, because it doesn't make sense, 70. That's monitoring for reasonableness. Because they looked at their answer and said, that doesn't make any sense. There's no way that that's a correct answer. So checking those numbers. To me, what this means is that you somehow record the work that you're doing in a way that you can say, okay, this makes sense, this doesn't, this makes sense, this does, you know, so that you're not just all of a sudden throwing a bunch of data at me and saying, here's my data, and I think this is what it means, but I don't really know. Okay? Your benchmark one should include, but is not limited to, and again, it's your plan, a hypothesis about the types of password domains that would be considered the safest, a process for how you plan to analyze and record your work with the passwords, the domain in which you'll analyze passwords, so that's where you say we're going to do passwords that are between 6 and 10 characters, and we're only going to look at uppercase versus lowercase, things like that. And then any parameters of your methodology. How are you going to record this data so that you're ready to go? That's benchmark one. So essentially you're coming up with this plan. You're not starting to analyze it all just yet. You're just coming up with a plan of how you're
So
going
many
to
girls
and
trying
what
to
you're going
do
handle.
politics now.
This plan is due on Monday. You have the rest of the time to do work on the journal, and then this, and then all day tomorrow, all class tomorrow is benchmark one. Remember, it's a shortened class, 40 minutes, because of the pancake breakfast, but you'll have the entire 40 minutes to work on it. Are there any questions about this? Okay, so again, my suggestion is do this journal first. It's pretty easy. It should be pretty easy based on what we just talked about. We kind of answered all the questions already. So now you just have to type them, and then you can start working on your benchmark one. All right, let's get to it.